fourth in the front. Yeah. I wonder if that's a nasty one. It's only a corner. Well, there's a limping player there. It's Strack, who was doubtful before the game, but with a neck injury. Here's a corner, swinging it dangerously, and well held by Schumacher. Konopka was up there. Now Lipbarski is in the middle. Woodcock over on the left. Muller still up there. Lipbarski tries to get a foot to it. Does well. Only a small fella, but pretty dangerous in the box. Brazil trying to turn away from his man. Walker, Osman and Mills. In for Gates. Nice turn, chopped down. Well, Gates can turn most players. Konopka caught out. He's a full German international. And it brings the big fellas up from the back. Murin, of course. Gates trying to turn again. And in there for Mariner. So very close there. Desperately close, only an inch or two away. Blocked by post and goalkeeper, it looked. Short one returned to Tyson, driven in. Mariner's there, the foot, and then poked away. And bad news for Cologne within the first 5 minutes. Substitution because Kroot goes on and the unlucky Strack comes off. Well, that's a terrible blow for the German side. Another corner, blocked. Didn't look as if he was 10 yards away, and the linesman indicating as much. That was Engels there, and Murin indicating exactly the same again, with Butcher on the near post. Bigger one this time. Mariner gets up. Bypassed Tyson. It's Woodcock on the break now. Pristine is up there with him. Lipbarski in the middle. Muller coming up fast. They've got a lot of players up here, I must say. And here's Kroot, the substitute for his first touch. Changing it out here to Konopka. McCall comes to him. Lipbarski down the right. And over. In more ways than one. Russell Osman getting a little bit of a dig in there. In for Gates. Konopka's sticking with him. Brazil and Pristine and a throw-in. Gates again with Konopka. Oh, gracious me. Butcher gets up over the far side while Konopka sorting himself out. Butcher coming in here, but there's Mariner. Oh, there's a push too. That's a free kick to Cologne. Schumacher taking a short one. He's the captain tonight. There's no Bonhoff, of course, normally the captain of the Cologne side. Gerber, the sweeper, putting it forward to Botteron. Croat and Butcher pumping it straight back. Now Mariner might chase this behind Croat. Mariner's getting there, he's done well. And here's Tyson. Good bit of gathering there by the goalkeeper. Mariner did some great work there to square it unselfishly. But the goalkeeper gathered it so well. Tyson getting away from Botteron. Space for Mills as Engels goes over. In for Gates, it wasn't good enough. But acknowledging the idea, and he's moving around well, Gates, and causing a problem or two for Konopka, who's marking him. Schumacher taking his time. Forward by Osman nicely to Tyson. Tyson's going forward on his own, he might try one from here. Blocked. Coming to Engels. Forward goes Litbarski. And Butcher's in there quickly. Muller doesn't leap with walk. So there's plenty of time for him to place it from a call. Cooper wide to Mills. Got them moving around right up front where the marking is tight. And here's Brazil, just over his head. Schumacher does a lot of throwing out. Croat forced to put it back to him. Butcher coming under this. The time to control it, there was no pressure on him. He didn't do it too cleanly though. McCall in for Mariner. Nicely played to Gates. Woodcock's after him, but Mariner dodging away there. Good pass. Mills wide out there. A lot of room. Muller's coming back to help. He's in front. Now Osman. Goes Brazil. Mariner battling here. Arnold Muren. McCall. Good challenge though by Croat. McCall trying to get back. That's a foul. Well, Thomas Croat, 21 years of age, didn't really expect to get on as fast as he did after only 5 minutes because of the injury to Strack. He's a utility sort of player, can play centre of defence, midfield. Konopka with the kick. Croat down the right. This is Litbarski. Croat. Botteron gets a rebound off Walk, and here's Woodcock going for one. And here's a good tackle by Butcher. Croat looked as if he was in a good position there. Kuhlmann is coming up. There's no Strack now, of course. But Muller and Kuhlmann are dangerous in the air. Oh, that's a good one. Straight to Croat, a dangerous ball. Badly hit, though. A lot of room suddenly for Croat, and he panicked. Meanwhile, Ipswich work it out themselves out there. Cologne backpedaling. In for space for Brazil. Now it's Pristine to get there first. Oh gosh, that's a dangerous one. Appeals by Brazil, but it wasn't over. Butcher coming in there. Brazil leaping now. Murin coming forward. Nice one from Marin, who's really working hard. Köln, who's dropped back to mark him. Started off in midfield, taking over the central defensive position. Here's McCall, in for Gates, a return wasn't quite good enough. Changing it to Mills. Giving Nick Barsky a chance almost to get in, but it's Brazil now, and Mills. Tyson coming over to him. Gates here. Good cross, walk. Suddenly from nowhere, Gates seemed to turn on the line and get a cross in. Spectacular stuff, and walk with an angled header just too far away from that far post. But getting into striking positions quick enough. There goes Litbarski forward off Mills. Litbarski here and loses it to Tyson. Gates takes it off him. Murin to McCall. Brazil. Oh, Alan Brazil letting that one go because his marker, Pristine, there was some way behind. Konopka. Butcher under a bit of pressure from Muller, who hasn't done anything yet. Tyson quickly challenged by Woodcock, and again by Tyson. Oh, Woodcock is chopped down there. And Walk, understandably warned. Playing with a fair bit of zest, though. And instructions in German. He says his German's pretty good now. All the team talks by the Dutch manager in German, and he's okay. Murin losing out, and so too does Litbarski, although that was a good run. In for Gates, Konopka behind. Give away to Muller. Konopka's gone on the right, can't keep it in. They're beginning to edge one or two defenders forward in support, but they haven't done it all that well. Mills is free over on that right-hand side, but that wasn't the ball that Butcher meant. Here's Mariner, still working as hard as ever. Tyson. Trying to lose Engels. And he's succeeded. In for Brazil. Gelber, the sweeper, knocks it away. Butcher back again. Botteron couldn't control it, nor could Woodcock. It's thumped forward only by Walk, and there's time for Cologne to settle on it. And Walk gets in there. Mills are making him chase for everything, but they're breaking well here. Muller is in the middle, so is Woodcock and Pristine. And Butcher was almost caught by Muller. And that's a corner for Cologne, with Muller on the near post, Woodcock just behind him, and Kuhlmann right at the back for the one that swung in. He can't get away from his man at the moment. There's Muller getting in there. Oh, that's not a good one from Butcher either. And then chance for a drive, blocked again, and Brazil collects out on the flank, but he's got to wait for a bit of support. Finds it from Tyson first. Players free on the left, but Tyson goes. Mariner, good control. And on target, but that won't bother Schumacher too much. Certainly having to work very, very hard for any opportunities at goal after that first frantic 5 minutes. Butcher well in there, and Mariner. Litbarski turns away well, and a challenge by Walt, which was too high. He's getting in there and biting in midfield, though. Well, there's a lot of talent in this German side, albeit pretty young at the moment. Konopka back to Gerber, who's always the last man. Pristine. Butcher competing with Woodcock. Looks strong there. In for Konopka. Krode is on the right. Litbarski gets onto the near post, Muller onto the far post, but that's behind. Conceding ground at the back here, but they mark up tight in midfield and very tight at the back. And follow their every move. There's a lot of moving around off the picture. Mariner doing a lot of it. He's turned well away from Kuhlmann too. But Gerber in there to support. Now it's Muller against Mills. And some holding off by Dieter Muller. He's on his way to Stuttgart. Leaves the club at the end of the season. Muren, nice play as McCall breaks forward. Litbarski's after him. Free kick. With Butcher and Osman on their way up. Arnold Muren's kick. Mariner making a run forward now. Walt got it, and off it goes. Not quite deep enough for the big fellas. "20 minutes gone and opportunities at a premium." Engels can't control it on his chest. Mariner knocks it off to Arnold Muren. Mariner wide out here as Kuhlmann comes in on him. Butcher will have to get this. Did well to keep it in, really. Patient play. Well, they're doing well to knock it around, but that final pass wasn't up to the quality of the other play. And Cologne causing a few problems for them. Osman pumps it straight back to Konopka. Mills, harassed by Woodcock, controls and turns well. Free kick. Referee speaks English very well. He worked for 3 years in England. Gerber nearly made a mess of that one. And he's going up in support now. Offside. To McCall. In for Mariner. Koolman behind him. Gates, a lovely turn. Into the area. Good tackle, though, by Gerber. That's what he's there for. And Prestine can't get it away. If they can just get the ball forward, Ipswich, to players like Gates, his turning ability, a big problem. Here he is again. And a good cross, but it's Gerber once more to intercept. The call's in there. Alan Muren. Free kick to Ipswich. Litbarski, the culprit. Again, the big fellas. There's walk there. Butcher was behind. Brazil now. Butcher leaping, but it's a Cologne head and another one to knock it off. Gates once more, looks to be the danger man. Oh, a good cross. Mariner, can he turn it up? Trying to set it up for Russell Osman, who wasn't coming forward. The call is looking better now for Ipswich. John Walk, Mariner. It's a good little wriggle, and Tyson's in there. That was good stuff, and great skill. Not so much by Tyson, who certainly turned sharply on it, but by Mariner, wriggling away through there. The control on the chest, the snapshot was well wide, but a bit of penetration at last. Getting up to his man, and he forced him to make an error. That's the thing, and the difference between English and German football. They won't allow you any time at Portman Road. There's no pressure on Butcher, but it does give Cologne a chance to push up. Pump back again as Mariner leaps here. They've got it, in fact. Nice control by Woodcock. Gets by Butcher. Muller is on his left. Well, that wasn't a good ball, as Engels broke as well. Muren wanted to take over here. He's finding it hard because the number 12 Croat is keeping an eye on him. It's a ball forward to Brazil. Prestine comes behind him. Muren once more. And a good tackle by Croat. Muren's in again. And that's a free kick. Walk coming over to give a bit of support, but it was too much. Woodcock and Muller in the middle for Konopka's kick. Butcher in for Gates. Konopka is not sure which way he's going to go. Koolman cuts out well. Mistake by Croat. Gates. Well, he gets a throw in. There's Mariner. Koolman behind. Gates here. The passing and control's got to be really top quality, because the cover and the tackling and marking is good. McCall pumping it forward. Prestine, who's marking Brazil, has that one comfortably enough. McCall there. Gates on the left. Konopka comes over. Walk is right up over the far side. Walk leaping, but so too was Schumacher. There goes Muller on the left, in possession with Engels wide on the flank. Botteron, who's had a quiet time so far, finds Konopka supporting, and a lot of Cologne players already up here. Litbarski on the right. Tricky player, good skills, and past Muren. Oh, that was a tricky one for Paul Cooper. Deflected away, spinning wickedly. Litbarski taking over from Konopka, diving inside Murin, trying one, deflected by Butcher. Very much like a goal that was scored by West Brom at the weekend. Came off Butcher as well. And a corner here, with Koolman making a run in. It's over his head. Butcher gets it off. Unless Engels has it here. Still Engels. Still Cologne. Gerber, the sweeper. Running into trouble against Mariner. A good tackle by the centre forward. Gerber's down still. So they're one line at the back. Gerber limping back into the action. He's right the way back in the other half. Not a good ball, and it's well taken by Kroot. Forward goes Woodcock without much of a chance of getting it, but he's really running hard. Brazil. Mills. Mariner. Keep working, but the marking again is still tight. Mills is free in the middle, but Tyson's trying to lose a man first. Doesn't succeed. And now it's Cologne on the break with Muller going forward. Woodcock's the only one who's anywhere near him, so he's having to wait. There's Woodcock overlapping. Kroot is in there. He tried a shot from well outside the area, and there's a bit fortunate perhaps to get a corner. But only two of them on the break there, and they were dangerous. Koolman is up there. Muller is on the near post. Koolman trying to make a run, away by Mills. Nice one by Konopka, but he's offside. Ipswich have come out a bit quick. It's got to be retaken. Brazil. Very difficult for the marking men to throw off. People they seem to be linked with by rope or string, but the passing just for the moment from Ipswich isn't quite up to the standard of the first 20 minutes. Steve McCall for Gates. Konopka behind. There's McCall supporting him. In for Brazil, he might get by here, but Konopka's in. So quick to help each other. Now Gates. Turned, done well, Brazil! Goalkeeper took it so coolly, he didn't seem to be under pressure. But again, a wonderful turn by Eric Gates. On a sixpence, there's Brazil with the stooping header, but the goalkeeper not bothered, really. Beautiful stuff by Gates, really the danger man here. Gates again. He's really enjoying himself at the moment, but it's a very tough task for him. And while he's playing it around in this area, he's no real danger. Here's Butcher. In for Mariner. Good turn. There goes walk forward. But Botron was there, but the control wasn't good. Mariner's making him work. Murin couldn't get there. A call bounces it off Litbarski. And they get it back. Urging Butcher to get it forward, but patience is absolutely essential against this style of play from the Germans. Here's Mariner, coming off his man well. Walk. Everybody so tightly marked. In for Brazil. Osman supporting here. Gates getting wide now. And he's turned well, but the cross wasn't as good. And it's Kroot to get it away. control to Köln by Litbarski, and now Litbarski is having to cover this one. Oh, McCall. Arnold Muren challenged by Christine. Muren with the throw. Tyson's come over here. Good control by Muren, not an easy one at all. And Osman has a go. Well, even from that distance, he can cause a bit of a threat, but not with that one. So just over half an hour gone, and Schumacher has had one or two anxious moments, but considering they're playing away from home, they must be reasonably satisfied with the way it's going. Certainly limiting Ipswich to a minimum of chances. Osman. Woodcock trying to chase that one as Mills thumps it away. And out. Plenty of space here for Gerber and the goalkeeper if necessary. Konopka. Litbarski. Chased by Muren. Konopka again. For Woodcock. Butcher behind him. Mills has gone down the right-hand side, leaving a lot of space behind here, of course, for Osman, which he's accepting gratefully. Now, Mills checks out, and he gets a bit of space. What about Brazil here? Back for Russell Osman, marking again so tight in that penalty area. Gates off his knee, a rare lapse of control, but he does well to get it wide for Mills. And there's Walk! The man with a magic touch is there again. John Walk comes from nowhere after Gates did superbly to get that to Mills. Then he picks out his man. No marking there, and the goalkeeper had no chance. So John Walk, his personal tally up to a remarkable 33 goals and 12 in Europe. He's going for that record of 14, and a marvellous breakthrough for Ipswich just at a time when they were flagging slightly. And that will certainly put life into these spectators and to their play. Ball's gone out, and we need a replacement here. Now, absolutely essential that Ipswich should maintain their concentration and keep it tight at the back. No risks. Again, Mills goes forward on that right-hand side, leaving room for Osman. They made that pay last time. Brazil here couldn't turn. Prestine was in on him. Woodcock. Kuhlmann for Cologne. This is Muller coming inside. Been quiet so far. Oh, that's a lovely ball. To Engels, who's drifted over to this side. Konopka. Disaster. And knocked into space by Walk for Gates. Engels is back fast, but Gates has it. Mariner. Gerber, a good tackle, but that wasn't a good one by Croat, or indeed on Mariner first, and that's a free kick to Cologne. This is Kuhlmann. Rinus Michels, the manager of Cologne, says that at the moment they're a little bit short of a leader or two on the field. They sold a couple of key players at the beginning of the season, and he thinks they lack a character, particularly in midfield. But they certainly got some good players up front, and Woodcock is chasing there, but he's penalised. So McCall.
Come on, Gatesy!
And Litbarski putting pressure on Butcher, but he gets away from him well. The goal has given them a fair bit of confidence. Being pushed back down the line, only to Mills though. Muren, if he can get there. McCall can. And there's chance here. Look. Oh, McCall. Goalkeeper left badly exposed here. The marking certainly disappeared as Walk came in. He was the extra man. Couldn't get a clean shot at it. But then it comes to Tyson, not McCall, and that was over the top. Had to snap at it, and perhaps it would have been better had it been on his left foot. His right foot. Banged away by Butcher, offside. But a couple of moments after that Ipswich goal, the marking of Cologne didn't look to be quite so secure, quite so tight. So they restarted the second half with a mist hovering in the corner of this ground after a warm day here in Suffolk. Ipswich have got a formidable home record here. They've never lost a European tie, and they haven't lost any sort of a game on this ground for 19 months. But 1-0, certainly not enough yet. Cologne this season haven't got a very good away record at all, although they did win 4-0 in Barcelona. You can't complain about that. Small dispute in that corner, and it means a free kick to Ipswich. Osman and Butcher poised here. Mariner crouched on a sprint start. Well, the referee sorts out exactly how far away the wall of two is. Muren's kick. Too well clear at all. Rebound, in fact. There's only Muller up here, and he does well to lay it off to Botteron. There's Woodcock going forward, and it's McCall to get it away. But they broke so fast there. Gates turning well, as he has done for the game so far. And a free kick. No play on, it says. And just as well, because Gates is picked up and he's got Brazil on the other side. Gates, in fact, I'm pretty sure was going to look for a pass to Brazil, but it was closed down very, very fast. McCall going over the cover there. Litbarski. And throw to Ipswich. Cooper changing it wide to Mills. Mariner, who's worked very, very hard in the first 45 minutes and got a chance to break down here. Good challenge by Engels. Walk found it hard to mark him in the latter stages of the first half. Tyson. Foreman's challenge. He gets back into the middle. Gates here. Konopka as ever behind him. Mills. And there's the goalkeeper, but Brazil looked as if he might have got there. Butcher getting in there hard. And keeping it in as Croat dumps him on the seat of his pants. Mills, Tyson, who's been marked pretty tight by Engels, and Brazil really hasn't got away from Pristine, the number 2. Gerber, not a good one. Easy enough for Cologne there. Didn't get it away cleanly at all. Gates, a little bit of room, not too much. Gets away from Engels, and a good pass to Brazil now. Gerber got there first. Arnold Muren wide to Mills. Straight in for Gates, a hard one for him. And out. Well, they've all moved around very, very well in the first 45 minutes. It means they've got to do exactly the same again, and it isn't easy. Butcher. Botteron here with a little bit of time. Walk. Referee changing his mind there, backing the linesman. Gerber getting in front of Mariner. Butcher overcomes Dieter Muller, leaving Osman free here and McCall on the left-hand side. In for Brazil. Appeals for handball. Optimistic. Mills trying to lure them out a little bit. They're not too interested. Again, tremendous amount of movement off the ball. Hard one for Osman. And Brazil getting in there. Schumacher had to get it around the panic. Walk lining one up. Well, that was showing the virtue of chasing lost causes when the back pass was put back to Schumacher, and Brazil goes in there to make it hard for the goalkeeper. He clears, he's of course well out of his goal now. Walk has got to get it down fast and try one. The referee gets out of the way, Walk gets it. Walk again. Tyson, little space for him in this game so far. In for Mariner. And a trot there as Mills goes forward. Play on, says a referee. Mariner is out on the right now. And that's a free kick. As Mills takes a tumble. Loses his captain's marker. Quickly to Gates. Wriggling and turning and getting it back to Mills. Oh, and inside he goes. Deflected away from Butcher when he looked as if he had a good chance. And the ball's gone out of play. Mills up there in an attacking force now. But he's got to adjust his dress, really. Nice touch by McCall to Tyson. Ipswich surging forward here. Tyson on his own. Bit of space for Brazil. Can he pull one back? And Mariner can't quite get there. The cross, it's got to be said, not quite good enough, but the move superb. And all stemming from a little bit of room that Tyson had in the middle. Engels put under a little bit of pressure, but Botteron helps him out. Woodcock. Finds Konopka well. And Cologne building for the first time really in this second half. Ledbarski against McCall. And he beats him in the end. But not Muren as well. Well, Gerber surely must be in trouble soon if he continues that. Mariner taking the sort of stick he took really in the international against Spain just recently. That's led to this heel problem of his. Butcher. Walk wants the big one in the penalty area. He's got it too. He gets up there to Tyson. Rebounded off him really, but Osman is in there, getting a lot of possession, but at the moment not too many shots, but good patient play with a lot of variety. Tyson. Woodcock's all the way back there though. It's over. Corner to be taken by Muren, with Butcher coming to the near post. Brazil and Mariner on a run-in. Walk inevitably there. Good catch again by the goalkeeper. He does that so well and throws well too. Engels on the break. There's Muller here, and Engels can get it himself. Ledbarski can't get there because it's well covered by Butcher. But what a superb run. A good goalkeeper's throw, and the speed of the break carries him completely free. Muren, nice one into space for Gates. He's the last man though, or the first man as it happens, so he's got to hold on. Play on, says the referee, when Gates was expecting to get a free kick. There's Engels covering back here now. Botteron now. Ledbarski again. Muller. Ledbarski appeals for handball. Play on, and a lot of space held here for Brazil. He's got to make it count. Nobody immediately supporting him except Russell Osman. Here he is. Mariner is over on the left-hand side. Oh, a difficult one for Muren. Muren runs off now, taking a defender with him. In for Gates. This is where he's so dangerous. And a cross, but wasn't quite far enough pulled back. But again, turning well. So the game still finely balanced, despite the possession and pressure that Ipswich have had. And Engels is free on the left-hand side if they could swing it that far, but they can't. Steve McCall in for Mariner. Mills here. Across comes Woodcock. Down the flank to Brazil. Prestine behind him. Gates. Now he needs help. And it's going to come down on Muren. Mariner tried to do a quick turn and didn't quite have it under control. If he's got a bruised heel and there's a big fella behind him, it's hardly surprising. This is Engels. Litbarski out here. Quite happy to keep possession, and Ipswich do a bit of running for a change. And they run well. This is Walk going. Walk still there, but it wasn't quite good enough from Gates. But a marvellous piece of midfield play to get possession of the ball in the first place. And sadly, the pass to him wasn't quite good enough. Gates. He can't turn this time. Mills under that one. Tyson judges it better than Engels. In for Brazil. Again, a lot of movement across the face of the penalty area. Freedom for Osman and for Walk. And Gates now. Can he turn and have a go at anybody? Forced to take a shot when he was off balance and some way outside the area. A little bit of frustration creeping in, but the build-up is still good. Osman leaping here, or letting it go as Muller chases it, and Muller's going to get there first, and that's dangerous because there's Litbarski in there. Play on. A good clearance, and Mariner forces Botteron to put it back. This is Litbarski. And here comes Woodcock on a break. Picked up by Koolman and Konopka. With a bit of time to correct his own fault. Botteron. Woodcock still working very, very hard, but not controlling it well. Brazil ducking away from Gerber, pursued by Botteron. Who's helping him? Inside, Mills. And there's Tyson there too, and Brazil still in a good position on that flank. Couldn't get the ball to him. Chess, says the referee, play on. Koolman. Good one from Woodcock, picked up by Engels. Well, a quarter of an hour gone in the second half, and they've weathered a storm or two and kept possession well. Here's Litbarski, trying one from a distance and considerably wide of the post. In fact, only just goes off for a goal kick. Mariner and a push from Koolman, but he turns it well. And Mariner keeps the possession with Murin out on the left. Tyson on the right here. Gates. Konopka up against him. And Brazil leaping, but Mariner couldn't get it down. So many players in the penalty area. Murin chips one back in, and the goalkeeper, who's so good, so safe in those situations, holds it well again. And finds Konopka. Tyson. Mills. Muren, lovely immediate control. And Butcher breaking a call here, and Litbarski might have that one. And it's just as well that McCall got in with a shuddering challenge, although Litbarski wouldn't agree with that. And two sponge men come on for Litbarski. Well, there's been a lot of warming up by the German substitutes. In fact, they've got one out there almost tripped now. Meanwhile, Rinus Michels, the manager, makes a point or two, and the point is directed at Alan Brazil, who's getting a coaching tip from the Ipswich bench. Butcher. Osman. Gates, still the marking so tight. McCall is up in assault there, but he can't get it, and Litbarski plays one off to Woodcock. There's Muller just ahead of him, and Woodcock keeps going. Butcher's got to get there. Cooper just beat him to it. Well, Woodcock looked very, very sharp there. Botteron. Konopka. Litbarski. Konopka, the fullback there, in a good attacking position. And Cooper gathers. Room for Tyson, but Cologne come back so fast. He's got Mills just square of him behind. Brazil in there. Hard one for him. Pristine is always with him. Butcher has crept up over the far side. Gates is on the near post. This is Mills with a kick. Waiting for Brazil to get into a striking position. Two or three Ipswich players waiting, and now it's Cologne breaking in numbers. It's Botteron on the ball, and Engels goes by him. Well, they should have done better with that. He did well enough to make the run, and the pass was okay. That's an even harder one for Brazil, as Pristine just knocks it off. Gates rigging away well here. Knocked on for Mariner. That was a good challenge by Coleman. Brazil. Oh, he miscued. Had it only been on his left foot, I'm sure that would have been in the back of the net. But again, a good turn by Gates. Mariner was close to getting it. And then a miss by Brazil. But here's Muller. And Litbarski in a good position there. He dives, and the referee says, no, thank you. And it's Arnold Muren, offside against Alan Brazil. The referee says, play on. It's Mariner now. And a bit of casualness there, although that flag was definitely up on his right-hand side. Ipswich lucky really to keep possession. It's Tyson having a go at Engels. Hit his hand. And that's a corner. Now they've suddenly gone up a gear or two, and they need to put their game up an extra pace to get through this Cologne defence. Here's Arnold Muren. Deflected and offside against Eric Gates. offside this time against Dieter Müller. Haven't seen too much of Müller in this game, but he has a marvellous record of 167 goals in 243 Bundesliga games. Here's Butcher. Brazil moving wide on the left. And gets it back for Walk. Free kick. High challenge. Just a little bit more than halfway through the second half. Tyson, just a little touch to Mills. Cat and mouse stuff, this. Against Mariner for, I suppose, making her back in the referee's mind. Butcher thumped away well. Tyson. Walk with Arno Murin on the left, referee getting involved there. Osman a drive. Osman having to come back for this as Müller challenges. No, there was thought, having penalised Walk just a little bit earlier for a high challenge, there might have been grounds for penalising there, but Gates has done well to get across. Well, Engel's got a knee to it, but he really didn't know where that one was going. Cologne want to make a substitution. Müller is coming off. Coming on is Holger Wilmer, a 22-year-old, another utility player. Obviously Cologne trying to lock it up at 1-0 at the moment with 20 minutes left. Corner for Ipswich. Butcher trying to get off the near post. They're leaping there, beaten in the air though by Gerber. Oh, a nice one from Murin to Gates. There goes Wilmer forward, the substitute, supporting Woodcock. And Wilmer shows a turn of speed here, but he's not beating Steve McCall. Right, Ipswich have got to raise their game in the last 17, 18 minutes or so. 1-0 certainly won't be enough. Well, that's a hopeful ball forward. They've been missing out midfield for the last 10 minutes or so, making it very hard for Tyson and Murin to show their skill. Kuhlmann. Konopka. I don't know who's meant to be running for that one, but they had 2 or 3 players free on the right-hand side. Well, if there is any tiredness in the Ipswich side, this surely is where it'll begin to show. Butcher for Gates. Gates turns well. Can't get the ball under control though before Gerber's onto him. Woodcock a turn and a good challenge by Butcher. Now a high one, says Senor Castillo. Woodcock and Butcher again, and that's out. But noticeable in the last 10 minutes that Cologne getting a little bit more time on the ball. Tyson. Mills for Paul Mariner, but again, the support perhaps not quite what he wanted, and that's what he's saying at this moment. And Cologne coming into it more. Woodcock going for this one. 2 against 1 there, but it was a finally hit pass. Tyson. Brazil and Prestine nibbling away at him. Walk to Arnold Muren. Mariner is trying to get into the penalty area here. Nice play by Mills to Muren. Gets away comfortably from Litbarski. It's a free kick which is willingly conceded, really, by Cologne. It means, of course, they can get players back and mark. But there's room, perhaps, for McCall out there. Mariner coming to this. Butcher. Mariner leapt well. Didn't realise it was coming out of him. Woodcock gets a touch, not totally clean, and Cooper's come a long way out. That's a massive clearance, and it might be one for Gates to fight for. And indeed, Ipswich get a throw. It looks as if that must have been a Cologne supporter throwing that one in. Certainly enough red and white out there. Muren to Gates, but so many players onto him. Tyson, Osman, and the goalkeeper covering well. And another telling throw out to Engels, with Vilma, the substitute, the nearest supporter, but Woodcock is just behind. Coleman square here. Litbarski wide, and Konopka as well. Now it's cat and mouse, but the other way around. Croat back to Bozzeron and Konopka. Buzz from the crowd as Ipswich bring out a collection of substitutes, but it's Cologne pushing forward here, and a chance perhaps to get a decent cross in. Mills, gracious me, I thought he put it into his own net. Waved a foot at it, I'm sure he knew what he was doing, but I don't know whether Cooper was expecting that. So a corner to Cologne. Coleman is there. Call got it, but still a difficult one to get clear. Back in by Croat, it's a good ball, and there's Cooper again being beaten by his captain. We've got a punch behind the ear. A little bit of uncertainty in this Ipswich defence at the moment, and a short corner with Vilma coming for a drive, is he? No. Ipswich will settle for that. So a hold up for the moment. A double substitution. Kevin Beattie and Kevin O'Callaghan. Steve McCall is coming off. Well, O'Callaghan to give him a bit of width. Kevin Beattie on that left-hand side in the left-back position to give him a bit of power anywhere. So Brazil and McCall are off. Beattie leaping for this one is on with O'Callaghan. And Paul Mariner turning here, trying to get one forward for Walk. Of course, it's important that Ipswich keep their discipline with a little more than 12 minutes left. 1-0 doesn't look too good, but if the Germans should score, it would really be curtains for that second leg. O'Callaghan comes to Walk and Tyson. Paul Mariner to Tyson. Gates is on the edge of the area trying to make O'Callaghan go. Young player of tremendous speed, and with Cologne perhaps finding it a little bit wearisome at the moment after a hard evening of man-for-man marking. Woodcock couldn't get that one. Looking despairingly back at Coolman, who passed it. Here's Butcher. Beattie on his left. Beattie still stays in that left wing position. Here's Gates. Oh, Butcher wasn't expecting that, nor was Beattie, who both of them there in support. Beattie in the left wing position, offside. So, are we going to get a final fling from Ipswich with 10 minutes left? Schumacher's had a fairly easy time in the last 20 minutes. Butcher leaping there, but Murin will have to get it. Osman forced to pass hurriedly away, and it's Cologne to collect and build up slowly. Konopka is behind if Litbarski wants him. Kroot. Now Konopka. Pristine all the way back here. Callaghan bypassed. Good in possession, most of them. There's Litbarski going for a run. Good challenge though by Beattie. Beattie is on his left. Receives some work. Players getting up on the right-hand side if the ball is pumped into the penalty area. But Tyson keeping it on the left. Now coming inside. Gates. But again, the challenge is quick, and it's Butcher on the break, and Ipswich are short of players now. Butcher is after him and holds him up at least. Vilma now. Murin, a nice ball forward. It's Mariner against Gerber with the goalkeeper supporting. Mariner took a knock there, all right. Gates. Good cross. Too strong again for Paul Mariner. And there's a lot of Cologne players over there. With Kroot, tons of room. Vilma on this left-hand side. Litbarski in the centre. Here's Vilma. Mills comes to him. But Woodcock and Litbarski in there. A weak shot. Arnold Murin as Cologne hold off a little bit. Gates. A turn. Well off, is it? No. Walk keeping it in. And indeed, does he get a throw? They're looking a little bit weary now, Ipswich. They had a lot of possession, a lot of good build-up, but it's been very hard in the latter stages of the second half for them to penetrate. Here's O'Callaghan. Woodcock with Engel's trying to break inside. Osman impedes his man, so that's a free kick to Cologne. Both sides looking a bit tired now, but Cologne must be reasonably happy with the score. Muren almost got that off Botteron. Good challenge by Walk. Still harrying them. Mariner. Beattie out there on the left wing position. In for Gates. Beattie still going. On the left foot, can he cross a good one? Here's Walk, it's just too strong again. The number of crosses that look good, but in the end have been just too powerful in this game. Amazing. Up and under from Mills, which Gates will go for, and controls well. Arnold Muren, there's Beattie on the left, but he isn't near enough to him. He tries a shot. And might have had a little bit of a wicked swerve on that one. That's about the first shot that Schumacher has had to have 2 attempts at. But well covered. Just more than 5 minutes left now. And a good ball to Arnold Muren from Osman. Into the referee. Gates here. Can he turn and walk? A difficult one for him. Gerber didn't allow him to shoot, and he didn't dive in either. Now it's 1 against 1 for O'Callaghan for the first time, and he can't get by his man. Pristine, who's doing the same job on O'Callaghan as he did on Brazil. Nice play by Muren. Mills with a bit of freedom. Here's Gateso. And a corner. So few opportunities left. So little time. Beattie at the back of the penalty area. Butcher, Bobby Robson indicating where the player should go. Butcher leaping. Surely there was a foul there, or some arms anyhow, on the shoulders of Butcher. Mariner with Woodcock. In for Vilma. Time then for Mills, but little time now for Ipswich to make this home advantage count. 1-0 healthy enough, but it could have been so much healthier. Muren forward for Tyson, a good ball. And good covering by the goalkeeper. Well, they play one sweeper, Gerber, but he often plays as the second. He does it so well. Tyson looked as if he was away there, but the goalkeeper's so quick. Butcher on the near post. Beattie right at the back of the penalty area. That's aim for Beattie. He gets up. It seemed as if there was an opportunity for Walk and Butcher there, and it was a chance spurned. But certainly the trick work. Get it right deep to Beattie. 2 players going for it, and really it should have been Walk's rather than Butcher's, I would think. Butcher leaping here, and a good one. And a nice pass forward to Mariner. Muren in possession. Mariner running wide. He ran so much in the first half, didn't have all that much left in the second. Muren's cross blocked, but not free. Mills coming for this, but all the Cologne players except Woodcock are back. Gates here. Oh, it's so difficult. And a corner. Gerber, who's had a very effective game at the back, always a spare man. Butcher coming on the near post. Deep one again for Beattie. Oh, there was a half chance there, and perhaps it was the lack of match play that let him down. Corner that wasn't so deep as the previous one. Beattie coming into the space, but nothing like cleanly enough. Nice one to O'Callaghan. And a good challenge by Pristine. Tyson. Anybody got an ace for the last few minutes? Schumacher. He's had an excellent game here. With less than 2 minutes left. The last minute, as Gates can't get at that one. Nicely touched aside by Arnold Muren. There's only Woodcock up there, and he's miles away from getting that one. Cologne very, very happy to drop back and mark up tight, as they have done for the whole of the game. But still perhaps a chance to build in the closing seconds, as Butcher puts in a really good British tackle. Well, the scoreline might not look too healthy, but Ipswich have won European matches from worse positions than this in the away leg. Their very first game in Europe under Bobby Robson, they beat Real Madrid 1-0 and then drew 0-0 in Madrid. We've passed the 90 minutes now. The build-up has been good, it's been patient, but it's been so hard to penetrate the system. And indeed, there is the final whistle. Delight from the Cologne supporters. Bobby Robson will be happy enough with the victory. He could have done with more goals. That one goal scored by John Ward, his 33rd of the season, only very narrowly. The final score, Ipswich 1, Cologne 0.